Hello students, today we are going to study the electron affinity. In the previous video I have taught you about ionization enthalpy. Electron affinity is also known as electron gain enthalpy. Okay, what is it is known as electron gain enthalpy. As we have already studied that enthalpy means the change of temperature, the heat, because in the chemical reactions, whenever in the previous video we have studied about ionization energy, when electron is taken out from a neutral gaseous isolated atom, and here we are going to study about electron affinity. Affinity means the tendency to accept, means electron lover. Okay, means the atom which is ready to take the electron in its orbitals. So here the electron affinity is also known as electron gain enthalpy. Why? Because in earlier, when the electron affinity was studied, at that time it was considered as the energy released when any electron is entered in any species of atom. For example, if X atom is given one electron, then what happens? That it becomes X anion. Anion, and some energy is released. That is called delta H. Okay, that is the change in heat, change in enthalpy. Okay, that is represented as minus value of the heat. Minus value because this reaction is exothermic. Okay, exothermic because whenever the electron is you can say added in the any orbital of any neutral atom, then the electron which are already present in the orbitals, they oppose it. They do not allow the electron to enter. So some energy is released. Okay, but it was found that in some cases, in some atoms, the energy sometimes it is not means given out. Sometimes we have to give the energy in order to put the electron in the orbitals of a neutral atom. So this is why the name of electron affinity is better to be considered as electron gain enthalpy. Enthalpy means change in the temperature, change in the heat, you can say constant, that is the delta H. The heat is increasing or decreasing. Okay, this is electron gain enthalpy. The definition of the electron gain enthalpy says that when an electron is added in the neutral isolated gaseous atom, then the change in enthalpy is known as electron gain enthalpy. Now, after the definition of electron gain enthalpy, we must consider the next case, that similar to the ionization enthalpy, we see that we have successive electron gain enthalpies. Like when any atom is added with an electron, it forms an ion. That is called mono-negative ion. Mono-negative ion. When this mono-negative ion will be given an electron, what will happen? When this mono-negative ion will be given an electron, what will happen? It will form the di-negative ion, means minus 2 charge. But is it possible to put an electron in an atom which is already negatively charged? It is very difficult. Why? Because the negative, we have studied that same charges repel each other. When an atom is already in the excess of electrons, then it will not easily accept the electron, means more further electrons. Okay. So first of all, I must tell you that electron gain enthalpy is calculated by chemical processes and calculations, and many atoms do not accept easily the electron to be entered in their atom because they are neutral in nature, they are stable. So it is very difficult. So all the atoms are not known with the value of electron gain enthalpy. Okay. So and the remaining which accept the electron, they means some values we will discuss here. Like this is a successive value. Similar to this, if we want to put one more electron in this, then x minus 2 plus 1 electron will become x minus 3. Okay, let's take an example of an atom. It will be more clear to you. If I take in the place of x the oxygen element, as we know that oxygen is If we take the example of oxygen in place of any element X, then what will happen? See, when one electron is added to the oxygen, then oxygen becomes O minus 1 charge, and some energy is released. The value of this delta H Eg, that is electron gain enthalpy, is minus 141 kilojoule per mole. This is the amount of energy which is released. But when we try to put one more electron in oxygen, okay, we cannot put two electrons simultaneously. So when one by one electrons are put in the neutral atom, first it is made minus 1 charge, then it becomes minus 2 charge. But now what will happen? We have studied that when we try to put one electron in the anion, then what will happen? That it resists the upcoming electron because it is already negatively charged. So it will not easily try to accept the electron. So what happens? This time we have to give energy to the O minus 1 charge in order to make it minus 2 charge. So it was found that the energy released was approximately 760 kilojoule per mole. Okay, in the positive value. It is always found that whenever one electron is added to the neutral atom, it may be endothermic or exothermic. Most of the cases it is exothermic. Most of the cases, because first chance is exothermic. Most of the cases. But in the second chance, when you put electron, then always we have to give energy. That means that is endothermic reaction. Okay. This is the calculated value of approximate value of making minus 2 charge out of minus 1 charge of oxygen anion. Note it down, please. Now, after this we will study what are the factors which affect the electron gain enthalpy. What are the factors? So factors affecting electron gain enthalpy are, first factor is the nuclear charge. Nuclear charge. If nuclear charge increases, then what will happen? See, when the nuclear charge increases, that means the positive charge is increasing, protons are increasing. That means when you try to put an electron in that, then the electron will be attracted, or you can say easily be accepted by the neutral atom, right? So electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy, we can write anything, increases. The second is atomic size. What happens when atomic size increases? Because generally we see these terms, nuclear charges, when because the elements are arranged in the increasing order of nuclear charges in the periodic table. So most of the time we see that nuclear charge increases through the period and the group also. But when the atomic size increases, then it overpowers the nuclear charge. So what will happen? When the atomic size will increase, now the nucleus, means the valence orbital is far away from the nucleus. So what will happen? The valence orbital electrons will not feel as positive charge, means the attractive charge towards the nucleus, as the smaller atoms feel. Okay. So what happens when you put the electron in the valence orbital? It is not easily accepted, or you can say the energy released is not as great as in the previous examples, right? So here, when the atomic size increases, electron affinity decreases. And the last and very important is the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration, it is not a trend, but when you see that electronic configuration, we have discussed in the ionization enthalpy that electronic configurations, half-filled and full-filled, are very stable, right? Half-filled and full-filled electronic configurations are very stable. You see, when any electron is already half-filled or full-filled, that means it is very stable. So it will not be, means it will oppose that it is being made unstable by putting an electron. So the energy release will be less as compared to the general cases. Let's have an example. Let's start with the trends of the electron gain enthalpy in the periodic table. First, take the period left to right. When you go from left to right in a period, you know that nuclear charge is increasing. And when the nuclear charge is increasing, the atomic size is decreasing. Why? Because when the nuclear charge is increasing, at the same time the number of orbitals remains same. Number of orbitals remains same, so the effective nuclear charge attracts the valence electrons with more electrostatic force. So as a result, the atomic size decreases. When the atomic size decreases and nuclear charge increases, the result is electron affinity increases in going left to right in a period. When we talk about groups, in a group, when you go towards top to bottom, you will see that because nuclear charge is increasing, but at the same time the number of valence orbitals are also increasing. So the number of orbitals increases, that represents atomic size is increasing. So when the atomic size increases, it overpowers the nuclear charge. Now the electron which is upcoming, it will not feel as attracting force as the smaller atoms feel. So what will happen? The resultant is electron affinity will be decreased. And last, so this is the trend in a periodic table. Let's quickly take an example of period 2, and all the exception cases and normal cases will be discussed easily. In period 2, the elements are lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So when you see this, that these are the elements present. So generally when we study, if the question comes in the exam, then generally people try to think that because it is the case of all the elements in the same period, and in period nuclear charge is increasing, atomic size decreasing, so just put the greater sign and it is done. But it is not true. What is the difference here? Let's see. What happens, because we have studied that when the electronic configuration is completely filled or half filled, then it resists the being unstable, because it has some stability if it is half filled also, or it is full filled. For example, in the case of neon, it is completely filled, so there is no need of adding any electron in the orbitals. It will not accept. So what is there? It becomes a endothermic reaction. A lot of heat would be required to put the electron in the neon. So what will happen? The electron gain enthalpy of neon element is the least. So what is the result? Neon comes at the beginning. Okay, but this is not the end. Again, if we see the electronic configuration, all other elements, we know that lithium is 1s2, 2s2. So we write only the last valence orbital. 1s2, 2s1. Beryllium is 2s2. Boron is 2p1. Carbon 2p2. Nitrogen 2p3. Oxygen 2p4. And fluorine 2p5. And at last neon is 2p6. It is completely filled already. So if here we see, then 2s2. Because we know in the s orbital only 2 electrons can be there. So 2s2 means it is also, this orbital is filled. Okay, it is not stable, but it is quite stable than the other atoms of the elements in the same period. So what happens? It also resists the electron entering in its orbital. It will not release some energy. We require energy to change this thing. So what happens? Beryllium also comes after neon here. In the second place comes beryllium. And at last, half filled orbital of nitrogen, because nitrogen is half filled, and half fills are also very stable. I have already explained. So nitrogen also comes from here and becomes at the third place. And at last we see that the value of this little bit of values are changed. Lithium, boron, carbon, oxygen and fluorine. This will be the common trend of the period increasing order of electron gain enthalpy in this way, as you see the result. Now in the last, okay, so now we take the trend of electron affinity in a group. Let's take an example of group 17. group 17 elements are fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. We know that in fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, the size is increasing. When size increases, then electron affinity should decrease. We know this trend. But what is the case? What is the exception case here? The fluorine has, we know that fluorine is having the very small size comparatively, means second period element. Generally the second period elements are very small in size as compared to the third period element of the same group, right? So fluorine is very smaller than chlorine. So what happens that fluorine causes a little bit of shielding effect, which the electrons which are present in the valence orbitals, they do not allow the electron to come in the neutral atom because they oppose the same charge. Then so what happens that the energy which should be released by the fluorine because of its smaller size, it is not in that way. So some less energy is released. Even in the chlorine, which is the next element, that is more electron affinity, that is having more electron affinity than the chlorine. So the means the value becomes, or you can say the trend becomes, chlorine is and fluorine. Just this is the chain. Chlorine is more electron affinity, having the value of then fluorine, then bromine, and at last it is iodine. It is the same in this way. So this is the case. This works in all the cases, means every time in the third period element will be having more electron affinity than the second period element. Note this point, very important. Now we will discuss some very important points of about electron gain enthalpy. So some you can say notable trends which are very important. The first is group 17 elements, that is halogens. Halogens have more electron gain enthalpy than other group elements. Halogens have highest electron gain enthalpy, means they are very exothermic towards the upcoming electron. Next point is, as we know that elements that nitrogen was half-filled electron. So nitrogen is a non-metal and it should accept the electron easily, but because of having the half-filled electronic configuration, it opposes the upcoming electron to keep its stable position safe. So what happens? Its electron affinity also having the positive value. So this is the trend that nitrogen has positive electron gain enthalpy. And the next point is the electron gain enthalpy of noble gases and group 2 elements. Group 2 elements are positive. Positive means they are endothermic. They need energy to be to be given an electron in their neutral atom. Why? Noble gases, everybody knows they are stable, but group 2 elements, because group 2 elements have electronic configuration of 2s2, okay, or in the next period when we go, that will become 3p6. So that makes it stable very much, means the orbital which are present in their electronic configuration, that is filled, okay, not completely filled, but the orbital which is present, that is filled. So that gives stability to those elements. That is why they have positive values of electron gain enthalpy. So that's it about all about electron gain enthalpies. Keep on practicing, apply these concepts in your questions, and keep on studying. Thank you.